this is Kimberly Purpose. This time I wanted to do a video on another topic. It's about can black women be submissive? That's another question. I did another video just earlier about women and black women and femininity, and I guess these two sort of tie in together. I believe that a lot of the reason why we see a lot of women, black women, African American women here in the United States, not being submissive is because you see the side of your femininity being stripped. Whenever a woman has to take on both parts, it can be pretty difficult to relax and take on the role that you're supposed to, quite naturally supposed to have, as being feminine, because you're taking on both roles, the male and the female role. And I think that's what people see, the anger, the upset, the aggression. It's because we're literally drained and tired, of taking on too much that oftentimes is placed upon us as women. And if you look at other ethnicities, other women, they don't have that burden like we do. And I'm pretty sure that if they did, we will probably see that in other races as well. If other women had to do everything all the time, be the male and the female, and raising kids by themselves, and have to take on so much, you'll see the same aggression probably that lacks submissiveness, because we have to always do and do and do. But I think black women can be submissive. I don't think we have a problem with it. I think the problem is that oftentimes we're placed with the burden of being single moms, and or the burden of taking on more than we supposed to, quite naturally, because I hate to say it, black males are not stepping up like they should, and we're doing both parts when we shouldn't. Black males naturally supposed to be the leader, but it's not happening for some reason, and we need more of them, and that's how I feel. But I think the reason why black women tend to be more submissive is more submissive with other ethnicities, such as white men and Asian men or Hispanic men, or it's probably because because of the marriage. Most of them believe in marriage, and they believe, especially with the white guys I've dated, they believe in marriage and having a family, and they know their role as a man, that they are supposed to provide and be the head of the household. They are sort of like the leader and the provider in the home, and they brought up that way in their culture, and to know that that's their role. But unfortunately, in the African American households, the problem is a lot of black men are absent. But me, fortunately, I grew up in a home where my father was there, and my dad was African American, and I'm very thankful that I had to have that experience. But unfortunately, the men that I had dated and married in the past didn't have that luxury of having that father figure in the home and knowing what their role is. And so, since they didn't have that example, they didn't really have nothing to follow. And that's why I was glad that my son got a chance to stay with my mom and dad for a while, and he got a chance to see that connection. My dad, he unfortunately passed away, but God bless you, Dad. My son had a chance to at least see what a man is supposed to do in a home through my father, even though his father wasn't there. And I think that's very important, that young boys, especially our black boys, get a chance to see that, having that example. And I think that's what's missing, is they don't have that example in the home, because a lot of black males are not staying in the home and raising the children like they're supposed to. And I think this probably is more than likely stems back to the slave days where families were always broken up and, torn apart when they're sold from this owner to this owner. And unfortunately, the rippling effect has been passed down from generation to generation, but not to all African American men, because my father, he wasn't like that, and I'm pretty sure there's still some that are not, but unfortunately there's still a high number of black men that are still following suit. And that's why a lot of times you see a lot of time black women not being submissive, because they're taking on both roles. And I think the reason why you see more African American women when they marry white men or Asian men or other men of other cultures, because they're with a man that actually grew up in a home or an environment where they knew their role. And I think that is the issue. But I would love to hear y'all's feedback. Please leave your comments below. Please like, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Till next time, peace. Bye bye.